The 2025 NBA playoffs first round has been totally wild.
Harden with it. Brown will defend. Screen Zubac. Foul right there with Denver having a foul to give. Oh, we got pushing. Oh, we got a shove. Zubac is on him. And this is for the win. Oh, it's close. They're going to call it.
Ant-Man and the Timberwolves just sent the Lakers home early. But it's not just Luka and LeBron. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Ja Morant as well. As of the time of this writing, Denver and the Clippers are preparing to battle it out in a winner-takes-all Game 7. So what does Minnesota's rise and the collapse of the Lakers, the Bucks, and the Grizzlies mean for NBA ratings and the superstars going into next season? Will superstars like Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and Morant remain with their teams, or is there another blockbuster trade on the horizon? The resurgence of the Lakers right after they got Luka had everyone hyped going into the playoffs, and Shannon Sharpe made his famous prediction.
A healthy LeBron, a reinvigorated Luka with AR.
Hold on, can I say it for you?
Matter.
Can I say it for you? Can I say it for you?
Yeah.
OKC,
What?
UFC, UFC.
No.
What is it?
Yeah.
Lakers
No. Hey, Wendy, I got one better. I don't look here. You can say SGA, PGA, USA. Lakers in 5.
But as it turns out, it was really the Timberwolves who made it in 5.
Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Lakers in 5.
After the Game 4 error by J.J. Redick to keep all the starting 5 on the floor for the entire second half, many people blame him for the Lakers' exit.
Them turnovers, Luka missed a layup, LeBron missed a layup, and they both had a couple turnovers. You can't, that's fatigue.
LeBron 22 in the first half, 5 in the third quarter, nothing in the fourth quarter.
Nothing in the tank.
In that game, LeBron and Luka, who seemed to be battling a stomach bug, combined for 10 turnovers. And although they were a little better in Game 5, they just couldn't stop the force of Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. The same could be said about the Bucks, who just couldn't find their rhythm against an Indiana Pacers team led by Tyrese Halliburton. Despite adding Lillard and Kyle Kuzma and switching coaches mid-season, the Bucks still ended the season in a very disappointing way. Right now, Denver is tied 3-3 with the Clippers, and their title hopes are on the line. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden are leading the Clippers while Jokic stands as both player and coach for Denver. Already, the second round of the playoffs will not feature LeBron, Luka, Giannis, and Ja. Game 7 will determine if Jokic will join that list or if it's Harden and Kawhi. From an NBA perspective, that's bad for ratings and jersey sales. But from a fan perspective, this could mean that new kings are about to emerge in the league.
The best player in this series with LeBron and Luka on the basketball court is a 23-year-old with a $200+ million contract, playing like he broke.
Ant-Man is proving himself to be the next face of the league, but he isn't leading the Timberwolves alone. Both Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels showed up and showed out. Next is Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavs, who just finished a complete sweep of the Miami Heat. The last game was a 53-point mauling that destroyed whatever remains of what is known as the Heat culture. Right now, the new kings are dominating the league.
Julius is out there doing what he do. Jaden McDaniels is arriving. He's showing up.
Balling.
He's showing up. You know what I'm saying? So now you got these guys who actually, DiVincenzo is timely. He's timely.
And with that, the NBA as we know it is experiencing a shift. So where does that leave the league in its search for ratings, or the superstars in search of rings? Now, Los Angeles has to make a decision, and the same goes for the superstars such as Giannis, Ja, and Jokic. The 2025 NBA playoffs is exposing the cracks in the superstar foundation. Luka Doncic and the Lakers are out, and his Game 3 meltdown, 4 turnovers in the fourth, including a botched pick-and-roll pass picked off by Naz Reid, has many Lakers fans blaming him for their loss. With the player option looming, if things don't pan out well during this postseason, who knows what could happen. We've already seen enough surprises in this league to know that anything is possible. During a post-game interview, Luka admitted to being mentally exhausted and he'll be processing everything this offseason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm mentally kind of exhausted for everything that happened. I know a lot of people won't believe me, but I am. So it's just, I think now it's time to process everything through it.
As for Giannis Antetokounmpo, it is very likely that he'll be leaving the Bucks soon. One potential team that's knocking on the door is Golden State. But having both Giannis and Jimmy Butler on a team that already has Draymond Green might be a bit of a problem. The Spurs are also on the radar, not only to get Giannis, but also Kevin Durant. Now that would be a super team around Wemby. The Spurs recently had Greg Popovich transition from head coach to team president, so maybe he can help make this happen. But besides the Spurs as a potential destination for Giannis, there is also rumors about the Miami Heat and the Dallas Mavericks. Another superstar that might want to trade if they don't make a deep playoff run is Nikola Jokic. The Nuggets are tied 3-3 with the Clippers, but a loss on Saturday might cost them the Joker. As for Ja Morant, there are already rumors that Memphis would rather trade him than pay him.
And I've heard mumblings that they may consider probably not trading him, which would consider trading him, which is fooling that they would consider possibly trading him versus paying him.
They were a really good team probably 3 years ago, and I like Coach Jenkins. When they let him go, that was that's the beginning of the end. Like Jalen said, they're considering trading Ja. There's something going on. Is he a hell of a player? Yes, he is. But they know him better than us.
Besides Memphis, Ja himself has expressed his frustrations with the situation of the team.
For me, it was a lot. Obviously, injuries, that's frustrating. Not being on the floor is frustrating. Losing games is frustrating.
Also, Kevin Durant's future with the Suns remains uncertain with each passing day. But whether he'll be joining forces with Giannis to form a super team in San Antonio remains to be seen. But one thing is certain with what we've seen in this playoffs: the NBA is shifting. Teams that play less ISO game and move as a team are doing better than teams that wait on their superstars to deliver. Think Cavs, Wolves, Pistons, and OKC. So, what does that mean for NBA ratings? The 2025 NBA playoffs have lit a fuse, and the league's future is leaning hard toward big markets. Superstars like Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ja Morant, and Nikola Jokic are at a crossroads, with their teams stumbling and the rise of young guns. While the league is looking to crown the next face of the league, Ant-Man is blazing a new trail. After destroying both Luka and LeBron, the NBA has continued to boost Timberwolves games to viewers. Luka seemed destined to take over from LeBron at the biggest market in the league, but now that Ant-Man has defeated both the reigning king and the one who was supposed to take over, does that mean someone from a small market can be the face of the league? As it is now, the small markets are on life support. Memphis once pinned its hopes on Ja Morant's explosiveness, but off-court distractions, injuries, and an early playoff exit have them reconsidering everything. And although Ja has not said anything about wanting to leave the team, it might be in the best interest of the NBA to have him move to a bigger stage like Miami or New York. Also, in Atlanta, the Trae Young experiment feels stale. Despite his logo threes and offensive fireworks, the Hawks haven't made real noise since 2021. And with front office shakeups and murmurs of a rebuild, Trae could be next in line for a fresh start somewhere else. Then there's Phoenix. What was supposed to be a super team turned into a chemistry test nobody passed. Durant may still have elite game in him, but the Suns can't seem to deliver when it matters most. With another early exit, KD might finally walk, especially if a team like the Spurs come calling. Meanwhile in Philly, Embiid and Paul George still seem undecided on their future. Embiid's prime is being wasted in postseason letdowns. And George, he's aging, and if this year's experiment doesn't click, both could be eyeing exits or trade packages that better align with the NBA's new direction. This isn't just about bad teams. It's about an NBA machine craving new storylines, fresh rivalries, and marquee matchups in markets that matter. The league knows eyeballs follow drama, dynasties, and stars in the right cities. And when small markets stall, nobody wins. To avoid any drops in TV ratings, the NBA needs the stars in the bigger lights making deeper playoff runs, unlike what we're witnessing here. The numbers don't lie. Big markets like LA, Boston, New York, and Miami are magnets for stars chasing rings, just as the NBA is chasing ratings. Small markets like Denver, Memphis, and Milwaukee will need to do more if they want to keep their superstars. As we saw in Luka's case, even if the superstars don't want to move, the owners can still make it happen. Plus, the NBA media will continue to spark competition with statements like this.
I'm saying to myself, Anthony Edwards is going to win a championship before Luka Doncic. Anthony Edwards is built different.
So what do you think? You think those teams will be able to keep their players? Will the Jokers stick with the Nuggets if they continue to waste his prime? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, watch why Larry Bird was totally right about Nikola Jokic next.